Hi everybody, this is Silvio Canto in Dallas, Texas on Monday, November the 26th, and welcome to our video commentary. Well, you know, it was 2 years ago this week that Fidel Castro passed away in Cuba, and I think after that there was some talk of reforms. They've been talking about reforms really for the last couple of years, but the bottom line is that there are no reforms. I have a post over at the American Thinker this morning, and there's also a version of it that you can see at Babalu on Monday night. And what I'm talking about is the fact that 2 years after the death of Castro, Cuba is still repressive. There have not been the political or freedom reforms that, not that they were promised, but I think that many people were expecting with the change of leadership. Basically what happened was that Fidel died. His brother took over for a while, and they appointed a successor, this fellow Diaz-Canel. But there really has not been a change to the communist dictatorship. There has been no change to the communist structure of the country. Now, they've tried to do some reforms, but they don't go far enough, and that's the problem. You know, they reform a little bit, but they don't go far enough, so they end up, frankly, not helping Cuba much. The biggest challenge that Cuba faces right now, though, is the Cuban economy. The existing president, Diaz-Canel, in a report last July, basically said that the Cuban economy was slowing down and that the country could be facing a liquidity crunch. Obviously, the problem here is that not only is the economy slowing down, but the number of tourists who they were planning to go to Cuba has never materialized. There's a lot of reasons for that. One of them is that Cuba really doesn't have the infrastructure to handle the number of tourists that would be necessary to really make a difference in the economy. Frankly, it's a heck of a lot easier to go to Cancun or to go to Jamaica or to go somewhere else where they already have an existing tourism infrastructure. Cuba doesn't have that. So this particular slowdown, combined with the fact that there's no Soviet Union who is going to subsidize Cuba right now, combined with the fact that they're not going to get all these loans that they got from European central banks in the middle 1990s, all of this is creating quite a problem for Cuba. And that may very well be the best opportunity for Cuba, that these problems will eventually force the regime to change, or there may be a change in regime, one of the two. But you simply cannot go on with the economic situation that the country has. And at the same time, there doesn't seem to be anybody in the leadership who understands that the best way for Cuba to grow and prosper is for Cuba to be free and more capitalistic. So something has to give. Something has to give. That's why I think 2019 is going to be a very interesting year for Cuba, because I think something has to give. You simply cannot continue to have these terrible economic performance and continue to promise reforms that never actually happen. Thank you for watching. We have all of these on YouTube, on Twitter, and on my blog. And if November 26th is your birthday, happy birthday. Bye-bye, everybody.